Hold up. This phone was a game changer when it dropped, but in mid-2025, is the Galaxy S21 still an unbelievable steal or just a relic of the past? Let's dive in and find out if this former flagship is worth your hard-earned cash today. All right, let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy S21, the baby of the 2021 flagship family. But don't let its small size fool you. This thing was a beast back then, and I'm stoked to revisit it in 2025 to see if it still holds up. I've been using this phone for a bit, and man, it's brought back some memories. Like that time I dropped my old S10 and cried a little. So, is the S21 still a vibe, or should you swipe left and move on? Let's break it down. Design, display, performance, camera, battery, software, and most importantly, value in 2025. Stick around, and let's figure out if this phone deserves a spot in your pocket. First up, the design. This phone is gorgeous. That camera module, it flows into frame like a piece of modern art, especially in this phantom violet color, which is straight up chef's kiss. It's compact for a flagship, at least by 2025 standards, making it super easy to slip in and out of your pocket or use one-handed. I've been tossing it around during my coffee runs, and it feels great. Though confession, it's not as featherlight as my old S10, which I still miss for its pocket-friendly vibes. But here's my beef, the plastic back. Yeah, it's high-quality polycarbonate with a grippy matte finish. But for an $800 phone at launch, I wanted glass. It's got this warm, plasticky clack when you tap it, which just doesn't scream premium. Now, I hear you, most of you slap a case on anyway, right? But for those of us who like to live dangerously and go caseless, it's a bit of a letdown. What do you think? Plastic back, deal breaker, or no biggie? Drop a comment and let me know. Now the display. Oh, this is where the S21 shines. It's a 6.2-inch dynamic AMOLED with a 120Hz refresh rate, and let me tell you, it's buttery smooth. Whether I'm scrolling through X or binge-watching shows, the colors pop and the animations glide like they're on ice. But here's the catch. It's FHD plus resolution, 1080 by 2400, a step down from the S20's QHD+. Pixel nerds might cry, but at 424 ppi, this screen is still razor sharp. I've stared at it side by side with my S20, and honestly, I can't tell the difference unless I'm squinting like a detective. The flat screen is a bold move. No more curved edge display, which Samsung was obsessed with for years. I'm torn. The curves look sexy, but they were ghost touch magnets. This flat display is practical, easier to grip, and plays nice with cases. Are you team flat or team edge? I'm curious. Hit me in the comments. Performance? This thing is a rocket. The Snapdragon 888 or Exynos 2100, if you're outside the US, is a powerhouse, even in 2025. I've been throwing everything at it. Heavy games, multitasking like a maniac, editing videos on the go, and it doesn't even flinch. The 120Hz screen makes every swipe feel like you're conducting an orchestra. That said, it can get toasty during intense sessions, like when I was grinding in Genshin Impact for hours. Not burn your hand hot, but you'll notice it. Software-wise, it's running One UI 3.1 on Android 11 out of the box, but by mid-2025, Samsung's likely push it to Android 14 or 15 with One UI 6 or 7, depending on their update schedule. Samsung's been killing it with software support, so you're getting at least a couple more years of updates. One UI is a beast. Tons of customization, from notification bubbles to lock screen shortcuts. It's overwhelming at first, like walking into a tech candy store. But once you get the hang of it, it's pure fun. Dark mode is a must, though. The default UI can feel a bit flat otherwise. The camera is where the S21 flexes. It's got a 12-megapixel main sensor, a 64-megapixel zoom lens, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. The main camera is stellar, bright, punchy photos with killer dynamic range. Shadows stay detailed, highlights don't blow out, and colors pop without looking like a cartoon. Sometimes the blues and greens get a bit too vibrant, but it's not a deal breaker. The 64-megapixel zoom is technically a digital crop, not a true telephoto, so it's slightly softer 3x, but still solid for most shots. The ultra-wide is great for landscapes or action vids, though it's not as sharp as the main lens. Night mode? It's a champ. Compared to my old S10, low-light shots are brighter and clearer, though not a huge leap over the S20. Video is where it gets spicy. 4K at 60 FPS across all lenses, with solid stabilization and crisp audio. 8K is there, but it's a gimmick. Stick to 4K for the best results. The director's view mode, letting you swap between lenses on the fly, is super cool for content creators. Overall, this camera holds its own in 2025, no question. Battery life is solid, but not mind-blowing. The 4,000 mAh cell, paired with the efficient 5nm chip and adaptive refresh rate, gets you 5 to 9 hours of screen-on time, depending on your usage. I'm talking heavy X scrolling, some gaming, and streaming music all day. Still had juice left by bedtime. No major upgrade from the S20, which was a bummer, but it's reliable. You're not going to be sweating low battery warnings, unless you're living on TikTok 24/7. The Galaxy S21 supports 25 watts fast charging, which is decent but not as blazing as some 2025 competitors like the OnePlus 9 65 watts. Gets you from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes. Full charge in roughly 70 to 80 minutes. Solid but not mind-blowing. Now, the big question, is the Galaxy S21 worth buying in mid-2025? Let's talk price. Originally, this phone launched at $800 for the base 128GB model. Based on my data, as of mid-2025, you can snag a new Galaxy S21 for around $450 to $550 from retailers, thanks to discounts and newer models pushing prices down. On the used market, it's even sweeter. Think $300 to $400 for a solid condition unit, depending on storage and wear. That's a steal compared to its launch price. But here's the kicker. The Galaxy S20 FE, which has a similar 120Hz screen, fast chip, and plastic back, can be found used for as low as $200 to $250 or new for around $350 to $400. The S21 edges it out with a sharper design and better camera, but the S20 FE is stupidly good value if you don't need the compact size. Then you've got competitors like the iPhone 12, which pulls you into iOS for a similar use price, or the OnePlus 9 with its blazing fast charging. If you want a glass back, you're stuck shelling out for the S21 Plus or Ultra, which feels like Samsung's sneaky upselling tactic. So, is the Galaxy S21 still worth buying in mid-2025? If you're after a compact flagship with a stunning display, snappy performance, and a camera that still slaps, it's a fantastic pick, especially at $300 to $400 used or $450 to $550 new. It's a premium vibe without breaking the bank. But if you don't need the smaller size or that slick camera module, the S20 FE might save you some cash for basically the same experience. And if you're eyeing iOS or faster charging, the iPhone 12 or OnePlus 9 are tempting. For me, the S21's design and camera keep in the game, but the plastic back and lack of a microSD slot sting a bit. What's your take? Would you grab an S21 in 2025, or are you eyeing something else? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if this helped, and subscribe for more tech throwbacks. Catch you in the next one.